All right.
And welcome everybody to the Speedway Review. We are back. It is Wednesday night. It is 9 p.m., the new starting time, starting last week, and we are going to have some fun. Corey Huffnagel is joining me, Jordan Balasico, and also ARCA driver Tony Cosentino is with us here tonight. Tony, how are you tonight?
Good. Yourselves?
Doing fantastic. Thank you for joining us. But before we get into the festivities, we want to take a moment to wish one of our favorite viewers, Terry, a very happy birthday. She is 29 again, and she chimes in every single week. She loves what we do, and she's very supportive of this endeavor. So we tip our hat to you, Terry. Happy birthday, and many, many more.
Happy birthday.
See, you guys are doing it better now. You got right into it.
Yeah.
But Jordan, why don't you lead this off with telling us a little tale of the tape on our friend Tony here.
All right. So, as you guys can see, ARCA driver Tony Cosentino has joined us tonight. A while back, I say a few months back, I actually had reached out to him, and he was going to be on my show, Board of
World
Auto
of
Racing
Racing
podcast, but he was actually, but he was still working. So we rushed it. But Tony races in the ARCA Menards series. Now, do you race in both the East, West, and the main series, or just the main series? And you also own your own team. Is that correct?
Yes. So I race in the ARCA Menards, the main series, and the East. Might do some West stuff. I'm not 100% sure. It's a long haul, but yes, we also do Tony Cosentino Racing, which is a pro late model team. We do driver development, and we have a good driver named EJ Tamayo who drives for us, and we have a lot of fun with that.
So on the ARCA series, I know going back years and years, it has been the breeding ground for some of the best drivers on the Truck, Xfinity, and the Cup series. And there's a lot of, I see a lot of turnover year to year as people move up, sideways, or sometimes back down. As a driver / owner, what is it about the ARCA series that you love?
It feels like Saturday night racing on a bigger stage, really. I mean, it's a small community, and we have a lot of fun. Everybody kind of helps each other out, and the cars are an absolute blast to drive. Sorry, I didn't. Cars are a blast to drive. Definitely, as a driver, would love to move up. But right now, I'm having a time of my life, so can't argue with that.
Awesome. Who are some of your heroes growing up in racing?
I mean, my favorite driver growing up was Rusty Wallace and Mark Martin. So, if I could be half as good as them guys, man, I'd be doing all right.
Like two of the best as your heroes, things are looking good.
Yep.
Boy, it makes this old man feel good. Thank you for that. So what was it specifically about? All right, I'll stay on the Rusty Wallace, Mark Martin thing for a minute, because I'm sure Corey's going to go into stat boy mode in a few minutes. What was it about Rusty and Mark Martin that you looked at and went, those are my guys? Because you seem like you're a younger guy. I am 104 years old, and I was a kid when they were running.
Yeah, I mean, I was a kid. I'm actually 33.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe the cars looked cool. I don't really know which way that made me a fan of them initially. I was a fan of Rusty Wallace. I mean, earlier than I can remember, so I don't really remember how that came about. But Mark Martin, I just liked how he was always calm, collected, and I liked how both of them drove. You know, that was kind of how I tried to model myself. You know.
Wow, very nice, very cool. What you got, stat boy?
All right, so I'm looking on your stats right here. So last year on the ARCA Menards side, you had one top 10 finish in let's say Winchester, and if you could for maybe a few minutes or so, take us back that race a year ago when you got that top 10.
Yeah, so I do a little bit of what, honestly, a lot of what's called start and parking. I'm sure you guys know what it is.
Yeah.
So it helps me as a driver because I get to see a lot of tracks and get to make some laps and feel confident going there the next time when I get to race. Well, that one we put the sponsorship together, and Tamayo Sparks Florida and a lot of other guys came along to help out and get that race together for us, and it felt good because you think you can run in the top 10, but you don't really actually know until you get a chance to.
Right.
And that was the first time we got a chance to. I'm hoping next week's the same kind of result. So,
all right. So, is there any particular track on like the ARCA series that you love racing on every year? And if so, what do you like about it?
I guess the one I would have circled every year would be Mid-Ohio. That's my home track. I grew up, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes from the racetrack. So, grew up.
It's about an hour from me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep, I'm down in Columbus.
Oh, okay. I'm from Mansfield. So yeah, it's
okay.
Just it's home. As soon as you go back there, I don't need hotels. I got my brothers and my dad, and it's the whole family gets to go, and it's a pretty cool experience to get to be out there on the track with NASCAR.
Yep. And I know the trucks are going to be racing at Mid-Ohio sometime during the summer, and then you got the ARCA Menards series that's going to be racing July 8th as well. So, I mean, I have watched a couple races at Mid-Ohio, when it comes to like Xfinity trucks and, and ARCA, and they always put on a good show, whenever they go to that road course. And also, I do also watch the IndyCar guys race at Mid-Ohio, and it's a fun road course. And honestly, all I could just say is, I watch a lot of the ARCA Menard races, and of course, I do watch the East and West races as well. And I see a lot of the young guys that I watch in that series, that now, they start to make their way up to the Xfinity and the Truck Series. And I kind of look at guys like, Corey Heim, who's been pretty good. I look at, Ty Gibbs, who won the ARCA championship last year by like a wide margin, whatever it is. And then you also have, Taylor Gray and Nick Sanchez and all those other guys, that race in that series. And to me, it is kind of a young stomping ground, whatever it is, whatever you call it, in order like to make your way up to the Big 3 series. And honestly, like I enjoy it. And of course, not only that, I also like seeing all these young comers, trying to make a name for themselves and trying to move up to the big series as well.
Yes.
All right, so my stat boy dues is done. If anyone else wants to chime in, so
all right, sure, put it on my shoulders. So obviously, every driver has a favorite track, but not everybody always says the track they don't like. I know every race car driver is always magnanimous. Oh, I love everywhere we go, and the fans are great. And there's got to be one you dread.
So. Oh man, I don't know. I haven't got to race there, but we had. I haven't got to race. Well, let's say here. Last year I did a start and park at Milwaukee, the Milwaukee Mile, and I struggled there. I don't know what it was about it. I think just being a big flat track. I want to go back now to go better. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that counts as an answer, but there's not really one that I dread for sure.
Okay. And as much as I like your answer, I still kind of feel like, okay, something's not, it comes off to me, and I'm not saying you're not honest. I'm not saying that at all, but nobody ever wants to say, yeah, I just really hate Pocono, or I really don't like this track, because then the fans of that track are going to come like, I can't believe you said you hated my track. So I understand the answer, and thank you for it. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So Jordan, what do you got?
So if you guys don't know, if you don't follow his page or not, but his team is currently looking for sponsorship at Charlotte on, I want to say it's May 27th, I do
Yep.
believe. Is that correct?
Correct.
And he said anything could help at this point. Fan sponsorship. If you have a small business out there and you want to sponsor him, reach out to him. Tony Costino's Facebook page, team page. So go out there and see if you can find it. Fast Track Racing Enterprises Inc., the Gutter Team, Toyota USA. Hey, anybody, if you want to be on a race car, shoot, reach out to them. But my question for you is, when did you exactly begin racing? Like at what age?
My first go-kart race, I was 8 years old. So it's been many moons.
What year was that, Tony?
Oh man, you're gonna make me do the math.
That's unfortunate.
I know that I can tell you that my kart number was 2 because of Rusty Wallace. So and he was still racing that. So
That's a guy after my own heart right there.
Yeah.
He's gonna get off the line tonight and go listen to him some Kiss.
Yeah.
So I know every driver, you guys love the speed. You like to get out there. You like to compete. The fan interaction on the ARCA series, I've always heard very personable. It's very people are very approachable. It's a little more hands-on than say the Cup or the Xfinity series. What has your interaction been like with the people?
It's been good. I'd honestly, I think it would be nicer to see more of it. You know, with these shorter schedules that we're having right now, it makes it kind of difficult where, you know, we're not there for as long. The one-day shows kind of make it a little more difficult, I think. But I think that I'd like to see more of it for sure. It doesn't seem like there's a ton of fans that come in the pits. I was in the Cup Series as a Jackman for 8 years, so I'm basing it off of a higher series as well. But definitely would like to see more fans in the garage. Would like to see more fans. I would like to do more autograph sessions. That's for sure, because we're only there because of the fans, for sure. So.
And that's one thing I think some people forget, and Tori's now joining us, Tori Calhoun. I think that's one thing people forget is, you know, racing, whether it's ARCA, the Cup Series, Xfinity, or your local Saturday night track, it's not like you go to a Yankee game, you go to New York, you go to a Boston game, you go to Fenway Park. You know, all the fans of all the teams are in one spot every single week. It's a family. It really is. I always consider race fans family. You always meet new and exciting people. You know, some of them wearing Kyle Busch shirts, unfortunately. But you're all there for one thing. And while you guys are competing, you're giving us entertainment. So I think it gets lost on a lot of people that this really is, while you guys are competing in it, it's legitimately sport. I'm not going to say anything different. I'm not Donovan McNabb, but people forget that we are entertained every single week by you guys. And I tip my hat to anybody who straps in, whether it's Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. Hell, I've been to Wacky Wednesdays at our local track, and it's always a fun time. Do you ever get have you ever had a fan interaction with someone who just took something you did a little too seriously and kind of gave you the what for?
No. No, I can't say that. I've had some fun ones. One time at Hickory last year, we got in a crash right on the front stretch, and I got out of the car, and one of the fans was standing up against the fence, and he was like, "Hey man, you were driving the heck out of that thing." So I mean, nice. Even though I was wrecked on the front stretch, it was still fun.
Yeah.
Sorry about your damn luck.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Unbelievable. Where are you going to be coming up?
My next one's Charlotte next week.
Okay.
On 27th. So my company, the Gutter Team, sponsoring it. I'm pretty excited about that. You know, 5 years ago, I would have never thought we'd have a 2-car late model team, and I'd be racing at Charlotte with my own company on the car. It's just been blessed here in recent years, for sure.
Wow, fantastic. Gentlemen, you have anything? Because I'm going to start asking about favorite foods in about 3 minutes.
Oh, boy. All right. So can I just say one little fact about Rusty Wallace? So when I first started watching racing back in 2005, that was pretty much the year when Rusty, retired. And then, of course, everyone else, actually, it's funny because when I first started watching racing, there was guys that I've watched that are in like the Hall of Fame or pretty much been retired for like a couple of years and so forth. And screw you, Chris.
Go ahead.
I thought we're on the other show now. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I forgot. That's a dysfunction junction thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, I'm a guest now. Yay. Anyways, so another one that I also want to talk about, you talk about Mark Martin. I just want to say this about him. Pretty much the greatest driver that's never won a championship. And you look at his career. I mean, come on. The guy lost the championship like 4 times in his career. He came close to winning the Daytona 500 back in like 2007. And one little thing about him, and I actually like this best, is that if he would have done something on the racetrack, like if he would have wrecked you, like he would have came up to you and said, "Hey man, that was my fault," and he would just basically just talk to you like what had happened and so forth. And it was actually kind of cool to see him during the race in February, which I kind of said to myself, like, man, I just really wish that Mark Martin could have won a championship, just one,
Yeah, I was hoping for that Daytona 500. I was actually kind of mad at Kevin for beating him. I was like, "What are you doing? Let him win."
I know.
Oh,
right?
no. I heard him say, "Let him win." Oh my God. You're going to pass him. Pass him. I'm not letting anybody buy it. I'm sure you're not letting anybody buy either.
No.
Yep.
There you go. I wasn't mad. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I tell you,
it was the best finish ever.
Yeah.
I tell you what, that was a good finish on top. But I tell you what, Rusty Wallace is one of the greatest drivers to never win a Daytona 500. That is my honest opinion. Like, he is one of the greats.
Yeah.
That is correct. Fantastic drop in.
But
Tori, what do you got for Tony?
All right.
Is Tori? Oh.
Nah, dude. I had to let the traffic go by first, bro. And honestly, my mind's real whatever because I had to do like 8 orders real quick and 7 drinks all at one time. You know how I get down. Let's see here. If no one has asked you yet, Tony, first of all, pleasure to meet you, my friend.
You as well.
What has been your favorite race, and what race are you looking forward to racing the most?
I'd have to say my favorite race was Winchester last year because we got to run the whole thing and had a solid top 10 run. And I'm most looking forward to next week. Next week is definitely the biggest race of my life for sure. So definitely want to do as good as I can for sure. I want to give it all it's got.
Now I'm going to be the guy who's going to go a little sideways. You just talked about Harvick and Martin. You can go back. That wasn't a rivalry, so to speak, but for that one day it was. There was Wallace and Earnhardt versus everybody, Kyle Busch versus being a nice guy. Do you have an on-track rival in the ARCA series?
No, I haven't. I haven't gotten a chance to earn a rival yet.
Okay.
Maybe next week.
If you cannot afford one, a rival will be appointed to you.
Yeah. I'll deal with
it. Tori knows what I'm talking about.
But so Tony, you'll be racing against one of my buddies at Charlotte, Josh White. You'll be running against him. He's racing at Charlotte as well. His first race in a long time, and I'll be in the ARCA garage area with his team in September at Bristol. So maybe I'll stop by your trailer and meet you if you're down there in Bristol. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Now,
make sure you lock everything up.
Oh, hush.
Lock everything up. He's got sticky fingers.
So, since you grew up in Ohio, did you ever race at Columbus Motor Speedway before they closed it down?
I tested a Hooters Pro Cup car one time there. But no, I never got to race there. It was a very short track.
Yeah, that was I think it was one year. It was 2000. I think it was either 2015 or 2014. I can't remember. I actually worked the infield for the K&N Pro Series that night. Was Daniel Suarez was the winner that night. So a lot of the guys that's racing the Cup I met that night. So that was a
Nice.
fun time. And I tell you what, I sure do miss that track.
Yeah, Toledo's a fun one though. You gotta go up to Toledo.
I'm gonna have to check it out someday.
Yeah, it's a fun track. It's fast.
Toledo. I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
I
Really?
think that's the short track in Ohio.
Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with Toledo. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Go Mud Hens. Have you ever done any racing up here in New England?
No. Wanted to go to Dover. A couple things didn't work out there, but that's about the closest. We're talking about doing some stuff maybe at Oxford with the late model. Just kind of everything's all over the place right now, so we're trying to focus in and kind of hone in on what the big goals are, and go that direction right now. But Oxford's definitely been a track circled. Go that big race, it would be fun for sure.
Nice. And looking at the state of racing now, I know we talked about some of your heroes. Who do you look at, whether it's on the ARCA Menards series or the top 3 NASCAR Touring series, that you just look at and go, all right, that's a guy I'd love to race against? And you can't say everybody.
The Kyles.
Okay.
The Kyles for sure. They're definitely, Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson are two of the best I've ever seen. We talked about a lot of good guys here recently just in the show, but those two guys, man, they do an amazing job. So It's cool to watch them.
Nice. Is there anybody you wouldn't want to be behind you in fear of the old bump and run or putting you into the wall?
The list is pretty long.
Yeah.
No, not necessarily anybody in particular. But not really.
Okay. You're killing me here, kid. You're killing me.
I know.
So what is your favorite food?
My favorite food. Pizza.
All right.
New York or Chicago?
Ooh, Chicago.
There you go. Deep dish pizza. That's good stuff.
Yeah, I miss going to Chicago for that race.
Oh, Caleb says, I plan on tuning into the Racing America channel to watch Tony race against his competitors. Good job, Caleb.
Hey, there's my picture.
Where's your picture?
On the on his profile. See on the left.
Oh, because he's watching behind us. He's got Cletus in the picture. That's not nice.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, Tony. Just to give you a little heads up, you don't want to meet Cletus.
Cletus is fun.
Yeah, he is fun, but he gets a little entertaining sometimes.
He gets hot under the collar.
Yeah, he gets hot under the collar because let's just say that his favorite driver won, I think 2 weeks ago when they were at Dover, and I texted Cletus. I said, hey, just to let you know, your driver won, and so forth.
Didn't he call you a sumbitch?
Yeah, he did. He called me a sumbitch, and he called me everything else. And I'm like, Cletus, come on, that's not nice.
Well, maybe someday, not for an interview, but maybe someday we'll introduce Tony to Cletus.
Yeah. Hey, I'm hoping to meet Cletus in person.
Oh, good Lord, listen to you.
Hey, I'm excited for that, man. I can't wait till the day when I see Cletus in person. I'll be like,
you are a weird human being. Knock it off.
Hey, you never know. You'll probably meet him Saturday.
You never know.
Hey, he's gonna be at the Golden Banana.
Now,
if you're ever in Peabody, Massachusetts, Tony, please stop at DB's Golden Banana and have yourself a good time.
Hey,
Well, let me write that down.
And Tony, can I tell you this right now?
Yeah.
I'm only 3 minutes away from there.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That
dude,
should scare people.
Yeah, I live in Peabody. I'm only like 3 minutes away from there, and you could literally throw a rock, and it's like literally right there. You can't miss it. And yes, guys. So now you pretty much know the truth to Tony, which
Here we go.
I don't know if he's into that, but
Corey's the guy who thinks the stripper actually likes him.
Think of me as the Godfather.
Oh my God! Listen to you.
You'll find out. No.
Okay, speaking of the Godfather, here's a little more picking we can do with Tony. Tony, what kind of movies do you like?
You'll find out.
Comedies.
Ooh, okay. I dig it.
Any one in particular that you would say this is my go-to?
Oh, probably Ace Ventura.
Kitty.
Nice.
Kitty.
Yeah,
and a nice kitty too. But no, Ace Ventura is good. The first one, not the second one.
Both.
Oh my Lord.
I'll have to disagree.
That's fine. I'm all for good conversation.
Yeah.
So obviously you're going to do Charlotte next week. Big Memorial Day weekend racing day, always in Charlotte.
Yeah.
You're pumped, you're amped, you're ready to go. Obviously the goal is to win. You don't get behind the wheel and go, I'd really like to finish 23rd today. But obviously the goal is to win. To you, if you can't win, what would you consider a successful day?
A clean car and a top 10. It's Charlotte. A lot of good cars and a lot of good teams and good drivers will be there this week. Everybody brings their A game. So if we can finish up in the top 10 and have a clean race car at the end of it, that's definitely a win for us, for sure.
Now, when you're at a place like Charlotte, how much of the town do you get to see while you're there?
Well, I live here, so.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, I moved here in 2011 to chase this whole dream.
Very cool. Don't eat at Whiskey River. It's terrible and the service sucks. I looked forward to it, and it was just disappointing.
I've never ate there.
Oh, there's plenty of other good barbecue joints. You know that, being in Charlotte.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the home of barbecue. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, so Tori's going to call a foul on me because they're in Alabama. They got some pretty good barbecue, too. Speaking of which, Tori, got to check out this week's Dysfunction Junction for National Barbecue Day. The producer made some really good barbecue treats.
Oh, really? Okay,
Heck
then.
yeah.
I got my
that's
notification the other day, bro.
All right, good. Thank you for subscribing. All of you should be subscribed. Every last one of you, even Tony.
I'm subscribed, and I've listened to your episodes. So
We've actually read your email on the air. Thank you, Mike and Chris and I. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, but yeah. Again, I don't have much else. I'm just really glad. I'm glad anytime we get to talk to a driver, you get a little bit more insight. It's also, it helps for me to understand, what I've been watching on television for 40 years to get a little bit more inside. You're out there getting the dirt under your fingernails, and I'm the guy sitting on my couch drinking a beer screaming. So it's always nice to hear what you guys have to say and put a different spin or perspective on something that I didn't know before.
Yeah. I've been on both sides of it multiple times, so I was obviously a big fan growing up watching NASCAR, and that's why I moved here. And when I became a pit crew guy, I tried to get as good as I could and made it into the Cup Series, and that was my life for such a long time. That the year I decided to retire from that and focus more on driving, it was weird to once again be a fan of it on Sunday. It was different. It was a little transition period, but I told myself every time I went to those big tracks, that last year, Daytona, Charlotte, and all that kind of stuff, I said, next time I'm here, I'm going to be driving. So that's
nice.
Better. And I remember specifically Daytona, the July race, and I said, next time I'm here, I'm going to be driving. And the next time I showed up there, I got to do the test this season, and I drove. So same with Charlotte. It was fun. So
now I know you mentioned before you were a Jackman. What team were you working for?
I was with Stewart Haas for a couple of years, and then I went to I was on Colwitt's number 72 car for a year, and then I went to Rick Ware for a few years. Had a lot of fun. Worked for some good people. Worked with a lot of great people.
That's always cool to come up that way, and you had a dream and you followed it, and not many people can say that, and it's pretty cool that you're actually living your dream. And I can't say anything but good luck in the future, man. I'll be looking at you on the television, hopefully not screaming. Unless somebody bumps you and runs, I'm gonna be, right there.
I do appreciate it. It's been a lot of hard work and a lot of sacrifices, and like I said, definitely blessed to be in this position right now. We got a long way to go, but having fun.
Okay, and where can Chris, sorry, go.
See Chris, Corey, and Jordan. This guy right here. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. He started out in the pit. Baby.
Actually, I started at Germain Racing in 2011, sweeping the floors for free.
Oh, see, that's Listen here. This is totally off script. Hall of Famer Teddy Long for the WWE started out sweeping the floors, going to get people lunches. This guy right here, we got to keep our eyes on him because that is just love and wanting to get there. Do you understand what I'm saying? He wanted to get there. He hung around. He got on the pit crew. He knows how a car works.
Yeah.
He's going to be one to watch. He's going to be one to watch, you guys. I'm telling you.
And I've got another question now that you said that, Tori. It's a fantastic point. What's your feelings on the single lug system on the Cup Series?
Oh,
I don't know. I know that I haven't got a chance to talk to a lot of my buddies that are changers. I know that it is what it is. I mean, I don't know what the heck the problems are with the wheels falling off. I have no clue. I haven't even looked into it, but I know that the pit stops are so dang fast now that even if I wanted to be a jackman now, I probably couldn't keep up.
Right.
Wow. All right then.
Gentlemen, what it is, Tony, is this right here. It's just like in NFL, man. They don't want to see a well thought out game. They want to see long passes and things of that nature. What I personally think, and I've been holding this back from my buddies right here, I think the problem is that one damn lug cannot hold the torque and the speed of those powerful cars.
I don't know that that's it. I think that they're getting kind of not necessarily cross-threaded, but on there crooked, but it's not actually holding it, but the gun's ratcheting like it actually is tight. So I think that's where the issue is, and I could be 100% wrong. I wish I would have talked to some of my pit crew buddies that have used them, and it's definitely different for everybody. So I haven't. I wish I knew more about it, but
I'll take his word, guys. I'll take his word.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with it.
I'll take your word, Tony. I will take that it's not coming back on straight enough. It looks tight, but it's not actually tight out. I would take that because you were on the crew and you would know firsthand. So I'll take that. Even though, like you said, you haven't had a chance to talk to anybody, but you being a pit crew member at one time, I'll take your word.
That's a been there, done that situation. So yeah, absolutely. I'm with you on that one.
Fantastic. You don't know, Tony. You might have just saved the next gen cars if somebody's looking at this and like, hold on, we need to look into what he just said.
You might be the guy.
Okay, just so you know what I mean, my brother, real quick. Everybody thinks some geniuses came up with the name Big Mac for McDonald's. No, it didn't. It was Ray Kroc's secretary. When all his yes men couldn't figure that out, the lady was in there was like, well, I'll just call it the Big Mac. There it was.
Yep.
There it is, bro.
Yeah.
But the one more question I want to ask you: do you get nervous before any races?
Everyone.
There
Damn.
There it is.
Yeah, I don't know what the nerves are. I think the nerves are more just hoping that I can do what I think and say I can do, you know?
Very cool.
Okay.
Gentlemen, you got anything else for Senor Tony?
No.
I'm good, brother.
All right. Jordan? No, you're good? Well, Tony, let me be the first to say thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time. Hopefully you'd like to come back and share with us stories of your win coming up, because I think the win is coming.
Yes, had fun. Would love to come back.
Appreciate it, my man. Thank you so much.
Yes, thanks for having me, guys. Nice to meet you.
All
You
right.
as well.
Nice to meet
Thank
you
you.
too, brother.
Bye.
And again, let's like Tori said, let's look at it this way. It's a been there, done that situation, from sweeping floors to, burning it down on Friday nights. The guy knows what he's talking about. And again, just living that dream, never giving up. And now he's there front and center. You can't ask for better than that.
No, you cannot.
And even
That's cool. That's cool though.
yeah, and even if that were as high as he went, he can say to people like the schmucks over at the NASCAR racing community page, hey, don't talk to me about this. I've been out there and done it. You sit on your little computer and cry the blues.
Yeah.
And I know Jordan loves the NASCAR racing community.
It hit me, man, when he said actually I started out sweeping floors, and I was just like, because think about it. Nowadays, people want instant gratification. Nobody doesn't want to work for anything, So I was just
Right.
like, oh shit, yo, dude, we gotta keep for real, dude. I'm dead serious. We actually need to keep our eye on that guy, man. That's love right there. That is love.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I really like Tony. He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Are we boring you, Stat Boy?
No, you're not.
Nah, he
bored
been-
at all, man.
Nah, he was at the Golden Banana last night, bruh.
I wouldn't
No.
doubt it.
Dude,
Him
shut
and
up. Dude, shut up.
I had people calling me, hey, Tori, isn't Corey on your the podcast you do? Yeah, Speedway, he's Stat Boy. Wow, what's up? Is this him? Sent me a picture. I was like, look at his ass. Just look at him.
Oh, the
Just sitting
one
there.
that I had in April, right? Hey, all I can just say is that picture in April. That is my probably Hall of Fame moment right there. That's like
Oh,
probably
my Lord.
That's like probably my favorite moment by far. I literally just enjoy that picture.
I can dig it, baby. I can dig it.
Yeah. And hey,
I got a real bad feeling about Saturday night. I'm telling you now.
come on, don't say that.
He's gonna walk me through and be like, Cinnamon, Mercedes, Destiny, come over here. I
Hey.
want you to meet Chris.
Let me just say this right now. I'm not going to tell you a lot of things, what goes on. You guys have to witness that on Saturday night. So, I may tell you a few things, but I'm not going to tell you a lot what goes on. But like I said, think of me as the Godfather. Why?
Oh my God.
You'll find out on Saturday. You will find out.
Oh
I'm not telling you a lot of things what's going to happen, but you're just going to have to find out this weekend. So
This ain't my first rodeo, kid. I know what I'm doing.
well, I know you.
Jordan,
I know you've
Chris.
been to clubs before, so but this one,
Jordan,
oh
my
one
God.
you've never been to before. So
Jordan and Chris, he is right now telling us right now that the way it is at the Golden Banana is it's not a party until Corey gets there.
Oh,
That's
my
basically
Lord.
what he said. That's basically what he just said.
hey, all I can just say is I treat that place like I just party down until closing time. So that's how I do it.
Oh my God.
Hey, whenever again, if you put me on Dysfunction Junction one night, I got some really good stories to tell you, and believe me, I got some good ones.
We may end up having to give you 10 to 15 minutes for the GB recap on Monday.
I'm down.
Damn,
Good.
I wish
Give me
I
give me the info. Give me all the info and details, and we'll try and make it happen.
I'll let you know, my man. I'll let you know. But hey, guess what? There was some racing this weekend. Don't know if you heard.
Oh yes, I heard it was
Wait,
a little
was there-
something
Was there
going
racing
on.
this weekend? I don't know. I don't
They
remember
put-
if there was racing this weekend.
They
Oh
put some
wait,
vehicles out there.
Yeah.
It was good.
What
And
kind of
starting with
vehicles?
our friends at the Truck Series, I got warned ahead of time because Saturday night I went to Kiss, and
Yeah.
show was recorded for me. And Mike, brother-in-law Jones, he says, Sunday at some point he says, "Did you watch the truck race yet?" I says, "No, not yet." He goes, "You're probably going to be disappointed." Yes, I was disappointed. Just not a good showing, but Zane Smith dominates and wins the race. I got nothing more to say about the truck race. I thought it was crap.
Well, all I can just tell you is that I would not be surprised if we see Zane Smith as a championship contender for 2022. Because if you look at his stats right now, besides having the 3 wins, I mean, this kid has 4 top 5, 7 top 10s, and an average finish of 8.9. I mean, if you look at this team, and if you look at Front Row Motorsports as a whole, I mean, just think about it. Last year when they had Todd Gilliland, they only had like 1 win, and that was at like Coda. Now you bring in Zane Smith, and the fact that he wins 3 races this year, it's a huge turnaround. And actually, if you think about it, this team should have won 4 races last year. Had they not had the disqualification at Vegas with the lug nut and all that stuff, this team could have been sitting at 4 wins right now. But I think if you look at it, I would pretty much put Zane Smith in my championship 4 as of right now. But we do remember that, last year when John Hunter Nemechek won, I think 5, 6 races, goes on to the championship 4 and didn't win the title. So, but I don't know. I mean, I think this 38 team is going to be a one to watch for this season.
Not a bad call. I mean, he has been running a really tough, he's in the mix whenever you see his name. And even when they're not talking about him, they're focusing on the John Hunter Nemecheks and whatnot. Zane Smith is always creeping. He's the snake in the grass. He's waiting for his time to pounce. And, it's showing now that everything that, went wrong for the last 2 years, it's all coming. What goes around comes around. I've had the bad luck. Now I'm going to get the golden key, the ring. Maybe he gets the golden banana. I don't know.
Nice.
But yeah. All right, Caleb says, let's talk about the NASCAR penalty reports, and can we get wrestlers on this show? If the wrestlers are NASCAR fans, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't the SmackDown review, as much as it would be fun. But
right.
No, I appreciate the drop in, Caleb. Thank you very much. Very,
Right.
very much.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, going back to Zane Smith, I would like to hear the other guys as well. But, yeah, I think it's not – I always say it's too early, but we're starting to get to the halfway point. And, yeah, Zane Smith looks like he could do some damage come the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. I mean, just remember, last year, he made the championship 4 by winning the race in Martinsville. So,
right.
I mean, and that was pretty much, a Game 7 moment where, it was an elimination race. And, of course, he had to make, the championship 4 by winning that race and so forth. But, I mean, I just look at him, career-wise, and, I think to myself, last year he gets, last year he had 1 win, and then 2 years ago he scored 2 wins. So, I don't know. I mean, I still think he's going to be a one to watch this year. But other than that, I think hopefully it could come down between him and John Hunter Nemechek for the title.
Could be. It would be unfortunate as I say this, but could it be that, he gets that string of bad luck again toward the end?
It's a good question. I mean, well, listen, we saw what Kyle
Indian
Busch did.
food, my man.
Hey, we saw what Kyle Busch did in 2008. I mean, he won 8 races. Everybody immediately picked him to be the championship favorite. And then, of course, what happens at the start of the playoffs, / chase back then? Friggin' blows up and then has the worst of luck. And then that was the year pretty much when Carl Edwards and Jimmy Johnson were competing for the title, and Jimmy Johnson wins his 3rd straight championship that season. And, of course, everyone pretty much forgot about Kyle Busch after that. So.
Okay, fair enough. Jordan, what's your take on Zane Smith?
Who's that? I don't know who that is.
Oh, my God.
I'm
You
kidding.
don't know who Zane Smith is.
I'm kidding. Honestly, I seen maybe like 2/3 of the race, but I say Zane Smith has a great career ahead of him. I mean, he's racing for Front Row Motorsports. What's funny is you really don't see Front Row front row winning anything as soon as Zane Smith steps in the car. So
Right.
honestly, I say that was a good win. But other than that, I say he's going to be definitely a top championship contender come to playoff time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Tori, anything from you?
Caden. Yeah.
You guys need to stop with the Cletus. He's going to get mad.
I'm so
Okay. Did not go ahead, Corey. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I'm sure hoping to meet him in person soon. So, anyways.
Nah, I was gonna say, man, I didn't get a chance to watch the truck series, none at all. So I don't really have anything to say about it.
All right.
Can I also say this as a spoiler alert? Zane Smith led 108 out of 104 laps on Saturday. So, Chris, you didn't really miss too much.
No, clearly not.
Hey, hold on. We
Can I
need
say this?
we need
Can I
we
say
need to
this at
test Stat Boy's alcohol level, blood alcohol level. How can you lead 100? Yeah, how can you lead 108 laps out of 104?
I don't know. I mean, he had the best truck that night. That's all.
No, think about it, Corey.
Hey.
He led 108 laps out of 104 laps.
134.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, when did I say 104?
We all heard it.
Okay.
I heard that.
Look at his Tori, all you got to do is look at his hat. He got that free for drinking a gallon of Crown Royal.
What?
Yeah, you could say that.
And that's my jam. That's my
Yeah.
Crown Royal's my stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I'm gonna be stuck with this, who's it? Yeah, they was the fun. This guy sucks.
Wow. All right. Well, we've gone off the rails. I'm just gonna read the finishing order, and I don't even.
And
you know
Haley
what? Maybe
Deegan
we
did not
won't do
crash.
happy and sad. What did he say?
What happened?
Haley Deegan did not crash.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
He did not.
That's what I'm talking about.
And we'll get into that in just a moment because Zane Smith obviously led 200 of 134 laps to win the race. Ty Majeski was second, Grant Enfinger third, Chandler Smith fourth, and our boy Christian Eckes comes home in fifth. John Hunter Nemechek was sixth, Matty D. DiBenedetto was seventh, Derek Kraus eighth, Matt Crafton ninth. Ben Rhodes rounds out your top 10. Your other notables, Riley Herbst finished 12th, Stuart Friesen 14th. Haley Deegan, running and not crashed, finished 17th. Screw Lawless Allen. Let's see. Jack Wood, 26th. Timmy Hill, 27th. Josh Rayome, 30th. Spencer Boyd, 31st. Corey Haim, 33rd. And all the way down. Oh, my God.
Oh, shit. I thought I muted the mic. My bad.
If you're going to kill frogs, do it with the microphone off.
Yeah.
And all the way in the Jeff Green position is Jesse Iwuji, finishing 35th. If we're going to give a happy and sad, I'm going to start with sad. Jesse Iwuji just couldn't keep speed and was yanked. My happy, I'm going to have to give it to Haley Deegan, not getting in the belly of the beast, finishing the race under power, top 20 Jones. And, like I said before, if she can stay out of trouble, give it time. She's going to get up in that top 10. I don't know about winning right away, but she's moving on up like George and Wheezy at this point.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Corey.
So, hold on a second. Speaking of Jesse Uigi, over the weekend in Texas, his brother was held at gunpoint, kidnapped, and robbed by his own roommate for all his possessions and $6,000. Jesse posted it on his Facebook page.
Damn.
Yep, that happened in Texas over the weekend.
That is nuts, bro.
Yeah, and speaking of Jesse, I have to reschedule his interview because he did cancel last week for an emergency, which is okay with me, but I'm gonna get him scheduled.
Right.
It's crazy what happened with him and his brother. What happened with his brother? So I will actually share that story with you guys. But he posted a surveillance video and everything. tied him
That's
up. Went,
crazy.
yeah,
that's nuts.
it's mad crazy.
Yeah.
And I forgot what I was about to do. Oh, yeah. No, thank you for that. I want to read that story. Corey, go ahead with happy and sad.
All right. So real quick, my sad, I'm going to go with Corey Heim. Started second. Didn't have the best truck at the end. Don't know what happened. My happy, I'm going to go with Ty Majeski finishing runner-up, and I'm really hoping that this is a team that could quite possibly open the door, getting their first win this season.
Good call. Jordan.
Okay, my happy has to be that 5th place finish for our boy Christian X. And my side is for Jesse Uigi. But I have to say this. Haley Deegan tied her career finish from her very first race at Kansas 2 years ago, which was 17th. So congrats to Haley for actually finishing a race and not crashing. Thank you, everybody, for leaving her the hell alone.
Yeah. Nice.
Very nice. Very nice. Tori, are you abstaining from this one or?
Yeah, I'm gonna abstain for this one. I have no replies. Yo, man, sorry about that. For real, I actually thought I had muted the microphone. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
That was fucking hilarious.
That's too funny. Too funny. But okay, we're gonna move to Sunday, and it was a battle of Bushes and a battle of Kyles, and it turns out Kurt won.
Yes,
A year or two ago, Michael Jordan got on the screen and says, "I don't write checks for losers." Well, he's been writing checks for Bubba Wallace for a long damn time, but Bubba backs into a win in the rain, and now Kurt Busch just comes out and says, "Thank you, F you, bye," and walks away with the win at Kansas. Ran a good race, too. He was always in the mix. He was always lurking around the front, and once he took that lead, there was no turning back for Kurt Busch.
Yeah.
Well, you got.
Well, I mean, I would say for me, since 2311 announced that, they were going to add a second car, and especially the fact you get Kurt Busch. Think about this for a minute. Kurt Busch has driven for 4 different manufacturers for 4 different teams. And what has he done, for those 4 teams the last few years? Besides Furniture Row, which, he didn't win a race that year. I know he's won a race for Stewart Haas. He's won a race for Roush, which, of course, he won the championship also. And then he also won a race for Chip Ganassi as well. And those teams that, that he, raced for, he pretty much helped brought those teams on the map, which, of course, Roush, he brought him on the map. And then same for, Furniture Row when they started to get their feet wet and were pretty competitive. And then pretty much the same for Ganassi and now, for 2311. And what's also pretty interesting on this is that the 45 is actually a winning number now, because if you think about it, back in 2001, we were supposed to see Adam Petty drive that car full time, and then what had happened, and then we know what happened back in 2000 at New Hampshire. So after Adam's death, Kyle Petty then drives the 45 from 2001 all the way up till his retirement. And then what was actually kind of surprising was that I said, okay, the 45 hasn't been in the Cup Series for a really long time. And the fact that, it gets its first win at Kansas, I thought that was pretty cool as well. And the race on Sunday, I thought was pretty neat. The part where Kyle Larson, almost spun coming out of turn 2, I said to myself, how did he not spin that car out? I have no idea, but damn, every time I see Kyle Larson on the racetrack and, when he drives a loose race car and all that sort of thing, he's a wheelman, and the fact that he's done a lot of dirt races a year, he's got the talent, for running a loose race car like that.
Absolutely. And I got to give it to Kyle Larson. He hung on. The car wasn't the best he's had, and he was able to, come home with a second place finish. But, whenever you see, and I know this is kind of cliche, but in the last, 2 years, whenever you see Kyle Larson get near the front, a lot of people just go, oh, not again. Come on now. And a lot of people go absolutely crazy. They can't wait.
Right.
Because he's that good. And like I've always said, you want to beat somebody, beat him. That's the guy that we're looking at right now, the reigning and defending champion. If you're going to win, you have to pass him. He doesn't have to get out of your way. And Kurt Busch found a way, and that car was on a rail all day long.
Yeah.
Jordan, what's going on, bro? How you doing?
Hi.
Jordan.
I don't know what's going on.
Sorry, y'all. You know.
He's watching
Shut up.
Degrassi.
Okay, don't say anything about
No,
don't say
actually,
anything about
no,
GB,
actually,
please.
no.
Please, for the love
Nope.
of God.
Anyway, you know, I have a little history fact for y'all, Tori, because Corey and Chris know.
Yeah.
Okay, what you got for me?
So, as you know, Kurt Busch drives the number 45. The number 45 is synonymous with Kyle Petty, of course, with his son Adam, who passed away in 2001. Before
2000.
Kyle Petty, 2000. Thank you.
Yeah.
2000. Before then, you know, Michael Jordan were number 45 for the Chicago Bulls. Can you tell me, Tori, without looking it up, without asking these two guys, when do you think was the last time the number 45 was in a Winston Cup victory lane? Yes, I said Winston Cup.
Oh, okay. I heard.
Okay, check this out. Check this out, man. That is wow. Okay, so we're not even worried about anything within the last fucking 15 years or more. So, who was the? Did you say who was the last driver?
When was the year? Sorry.
Okay, the year. 1986.
All right. I think I know this. All right.
1863.
Oh, Jesus. We're going all the way back now. All right. I was watching the race. I DVR'd it, which I remember them saying this on a statistic thing. All right. I want to say it was 1964. What? It's not 1964?
1973.
Oh.
Bob Backlund.
Bob Backlund.
Oh, wow.
Bob Backlund drove the car and he won.
Well, that's a good stat. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Overall, I enjoyed the Cup race a lot more than the truck race. There was good lead changes. Again, like we talked with Tony, the tire issues are becoming a serious problem, especially for Eric Jones this weekend. When you break out the Sawzall, you know shit's gone sideways.
You already know it.
Yep. So while Jordan is getting his ass handed to him, I'm gonna read the
what the hell, man?
I'm gonna read the finishing order, and then we'll go to happy and sad and the points. Somebody made up ground, and everybody else lost ground. But Kurt Busch is your winner. Kyle Larson second. Kyle Busch third. Denny Hamlin was fourth. Christopher Bell fifth. Martin Truex was sixth. Ross Chastain seventh. Recky Spinhouse Jr. was eighth. Alex Bowman ninth, and the Bubba Wallace finishing 10th. Your other notables, you had Austin Dillon in 13th, Kevin Harvick in 15th, William Byron in 16th. Going down the list, Harrison Burton 21st, Cole Custer 22nd. Eric Almirola was 26th. Wow. Chase Elliott 29th, Tyler Reddick 30th.
Oh.
Daniel Suarez 33rd, and only because I want to hear my favorite question, Cody Ware was 34th.
Where?
Yep, thank you. And finishing in the BJ McLeod position was BJ McLeod.
Yay!
So why don't you get us started, Corey, with a little happy sad?
All right.
Wow.
All right, this one's a little interesting one here for my happy. So my happy, I'm going to go with 2311 as a whole, because if you look at it, Kurt Busch wins the race, Bubba Wallace finishes in 10th, and the owner, Denny Hamlin, finishes in 4th. I must say, you know, they ran pretty well this weekend, and I think that this is a team that, you know, that's going to be knocking on the door, you know, getting more wins coming up this season, not just Kurt Busch, but hopefully Bubba Wallace as well. And my sad, on the other hand, as much as I'm probably going to, well, actually, Cletus is probably going to hate me for saying this, but my sad, I'm going to go with Chase Elliott, you know, because Chase Elliott, he spun out, cut down the tire, and he was one of those guys that was going to get a solid top 10, but then of course he spun out like late in the race and so forth. So Cletus, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry that I had to put that as your sad, but don't kill me.
You guys are fixated on Cletus. This is unhealthy. Seek help.
I can't help
All right. All right, Jordan. What do you got for a happy and sad, my man?
it.
What the hell is he listening to? Techno?
Probably New Kids on the Block.
Okay, then.
Sorry, it was a little Jeff Hardy.
Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Anyway, well, I really don't have a sad. My happy is Kurt Busch winning. Oh,
Okay.
I don't really have a sad. It's Kurt Busch winning is my happy. Is that okay?
That works for me.
That's
And
fine.
now,
But speaking
Tori,
of
what do you got?
sad, okay,
No.
Okay,
Say it
hold
again.
on.
Say it again,
This-
please.
my sad would have to be the divorce of Kurt and Ashley Busch.
Yeah.
Nothing like going from the highest to high to the lowest to low, right? Unfortunate.
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh, unreal. Tori, what do you got for us, my man?
I don't know, man. The cat looking at me, chilling,
Kitty.
I got you.
My happy is would be, you know what? Let's start with my sad, man. My sad is I didn't know what happened, but now thanks to you guys. Damn, Chase spent out and fucking failed that far. That sucked. But my happy would be that at least my boy Kyle finished in the top 5. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it was damn.
I hear you. I'm going to go in reverse. I'm going to put my sad first. I'm going with Eric Jones. Really good run until the tire problem. The tire
Yep.
didn't fall off the car, much like other cars. They cross-threaded it, put it in too hard, and they had to sawzall the thing off. He lost multiple laps. Dude was running top 12 when this happened. And falls all the way back to 32nd. Not the best look for that team, especially when they've looked good the last couple weeks. And my happy, I'm going to mirror everybody else. I'm going with Kurt Busch, just showing he can still get the job done.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll second that.
All right. But now is the point that one of you has been waiting for. The rest of us, not so much.
That's what I'm talking about. I am shocked.
All right. So somebody actually made up points this week. The other two dropped a little bit, and of course, the leader is still the leader. Jordan, you picked up 4 points on the leader this week because Corey LaJoie gave you 18 points, Brad Keselowski 23, Ross Chastain with a healthy 43 points, but unfortunately, it could have been higher, but Eric Jones gave you 8. You finished with the highest weekly total this week with 92 points. That gives you 1,204. You are 199 behind the leader, and you picked up 4 points on Tori. Good job, my man. Not so much for Corey and I, so we'll start with Corey. Justin Haley gave you 2 points. William Byron, 27. Austin Dillon, 24. And Chase Briscoe, 13 for a weekly total of 66, bringing your total to 1,229. You are 174 behind the leader. You actually lost 22 points to the leader.
Damn.
Yeah, well, it could have been worse. You could have dropped 26 points because Kevin Harvick gave me 22. Joey Logano gave me 22. Tyler Reddick gave me 14. And Daniel Suarez gave me a whopping 4. For the lowest weekly total this week, I had 62, bringing my total to 1,282. I lost 26 points on the leader, and I am behind the lead by 121 points. Tori, for what it's worth, got a horseshoe in his ass because Kyle Larson gave him 40 points, Chase Elliott 22, Eric Almirola 11, and Cole Custer 15 for a total of 88. Your running total is 1,403. You are still our leader. So now, I don't know how much time we have left, but with the interview at the top, we now can go to news and notes if anybody has something for us.
No, you ain't gonna hit me, bro. I'm too busy posing.
All right, so first off, I want to give a shout out to my good friend and World of Auto Racing podcast alum, Brianna Daniel. She will not be in Texas this weekend as she has a knee injury from a pit training accident earlier this week. So best wishes and best recovery to Brianna Daniels. And
Yes,
it
please,
looks like
speedy recovery.
and Denny Hamlin's 11 team will be at the All-Star race in Texas, but then after that, their suspension will stand for what is it? Nashville, Gateway, Sonoma, and I don't know the rest.
That's all right.
But
actually, let me look that up real quick.
Go ahead, Step.
Oh,
okay. So basically,
that's it. He's getting shot right now.
Yep. All right. So to answer Jordan's question, so after the All-Star race, you have Charlotte,
just
Gateway,
happened?
Sonoma, and Nashville. Okay.
He's getting a whooping.
So one of the tracks he was right. So.
Okay. Hey, when you're right, you're right.
Yeah.
Here he comes.
Jordan. All right. So to answer your
My
question,
bad, Joe.
so the four races after the All-Star race, you have Charlotte, Gateway, Sonoma, and Nashville.
Okay. How did I forget Charlotte? What the hell? How did I forget Charlotte?
Hey, only 4 more races left, and then NBC takes over. So
Jordan, blink twice if you're in danger.
Hey, what's wrong with Mercy?
Oh no.
What's wrong with her, bro?
Is she teething?
Oh, she flipped herself over. Hold on.
Yo, man, get your ass off the TV, man. I mean, off the internet.
Go help your kid, bro.
Good granny.
Yeah.
No wonder he gets a whooping.
You know what? I'm gonna have to move him down here so he can learn how to be a father.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hell, I'll move him up here. We'll split time like parents. So you get him half the time, I get him half the time.
Oh my!
I'm with it.
I definitely love to see that moment.
We'll learn him up pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you.
We'll learn. Well, yeah, learn him really good.
So one of the things I rarely bring news and notes, but I have to know.
Oh boy.
I know. Rumors are getting heavy that Dodge is coming back.
Ooh.
Yes. And again, they're all rumors. Nothing's confirmed. But I keep hearing rumblings that Dodge is going to try to make its way back, if not next year, then the year after. And one of the leading candidates to have Dodge come on board is Stewart Haas Racing.
Yeah, I actually heard. I didn't know about the Stewart Haas Racing, but I did see a couple of articles that said Dodge was coming back. No bull.
Yeah, and again, Stewart, Stewart has gone from Chevy to Ford, and if Dodge comes back, that's 3 different manufacturer changes in a team that started just 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time. You know what I mean? Maybe it's time. Dodge did great the last time they came through in the late 90s, early 2000s. I don't know why they left. I never knew the particulars, but I think it's good to have another manufacturer in on NASCAR.
Right. And then I think if you look at it, you know who I think, and let's say like if Tony Stewart does want to bring Dodge back to the sport, the one person that he has to call about this is Ray Evernham. Why? Because remember back in 2001 when Ray Evernham brought Dodge back to the sport, and then not just his team had Dodge, but then you had Chip Ganassi and then Richard Petty Motorsports, that had Dodge. And of course, you saw pretty much Chip Ganassi and Evernham, win most of the races with Dodge. And then of course, Penske also came along too. And yeah, it was also sad that, they left. And actually that was pretty much the year after when Keselowski won the championship for Penske. And I will say if Dodge does make a comeback, I'll be excited, but that's the only thing, besides Stewart Haas, who are going to be the other teams that are going to end up jumping on board and say, you know what, I think we might want to jump on the Dodge train.
It's not a bad thought. But as we're getting ready to wrap up, All-Star Weekend coming up, Texas Motor Speedway. It's going to be a great race. Round the horn. We'll start with Mercy. Mercy, who do you got winning the All-Star race? Kevin Harvick. Great choice. Always a pleasure hearing from you. Jordan, who do you got winning the All-Star race?
I think he can go back to back. I think Kyle Larson can win the All-Star race again.
Okay. All right, Tori Calhoun, the medium show. What do you got? Who's winning?
Of course, I'll back Jordan up with that, but look for maybe a surprise finish from either Cole Custer or Eric Amarillo.
All right, Corey.
All All right, I would say I want Kyle Larson, but I think I'm going to go a high road on this. I'm going to go with Ross Chastain.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to surprise some folks here. Considering how he's run at some of the bigger tracks, and Charlotte is one of the bigger tracks. As much as I hate to say his name, I'm going to say it. Look for Austin Cindric to do really well, if not win the All-Star race.
There you go, buddy.
Look
There
at
you go.
Well,
That's right.
he did win the
That's
Xfinity
right,
race
man.
in Texas before, so.
Exactly. So, there's history behind that. So, guys, don't forget Dysfunction Junction every
Chris,
Wednesday
to back that
drops
up,
in your
Chris.
ears. What?
What's up?
To back that up, Chris, hey, I'm going for Cindric too, but it would be cool to see somebody a back-to-back winner.
Yes.
But
I'll agree.
we
So,
still haven't.
Cindric
Have
or
we?
Larson.
Are we still new winner every race?
It's
Still?
now 11. It's now 11 different winners.
Yeah.
We're gonna get
Oh,
to 16.
wow.
We're getting to 16. I'm calling it.
We just
Woo.
might. But all right, guys, we're gonna close this out. Hope you guys had a great week, and we hope next week you'll join us as we break down the All-Star race as well as the trucks in the Xfinity Series.
Most definitely.
Okay, for Tori, for Corey, for Jordan, and the beautiful and talented Mercy, we say good night, everybody.
Good night, y'all.